What if I told you that the key to transforming your life isn't in massive changes, but in the tiny, almost invisible habits you practice every day? This is the core idea behind Atomic Habits by James Clear, a book that has changed millions of lives by revealing the power of small, consistent actions. Chapter 1. Why habits matter. We often think that success comes from huge efforts, big goals, major overhauls, and dramatic resolutions. But James Clear argues that real transformation comes from tiny, consistent habits that compound over time. Just like compound interest grows your money, small daily habits shape your identity and future. He shares a powerful example. If a plane flying from Los Angeles to New York shifts its nose by just a few degrees south, it will end up in Washington, D.C. instead. The change is almost unnoticeable at first, but over time, it leads to a completely different destination. One of the most powerful ideas in this chapter is the 1% rule. If you improve just 1% every day, you won't see massive change immediately. But over a year, that 1% improvement compounds to make you 37 times better than where you started. Imagine going to the gym and doing just 5 minutes of exercise each day. It seems too small to matter, but after a year, your body has adapted, your strength has improved, and you've built the identity of someone who works out consistently. The same works in reverse. If you get 1% worse every day, you decline dramatically. That's why small bad habits, like scrolling social media instead of reading, skipping workouts, or procrastinating, slowly but surely lead you downhill. James Clear calls habits a double-edged sword. They can work for you or against you. Good habits lead to positive compound growth, better health, wealth, knowledge, and success. Bad habits lead to negative compound growth, worse health, debt, stress, and missed opportunities. The key takeaway: you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Your daily habits are the system that determines whether you succeed or fail. Most people fail at changing their habits because they focus on what they want to achieve instead of who they want to become. For example, instead of saying, "I want to run a marathon," say, "I am a runner." Instead of saying, "I want to quit smoking," say, "I am a non-smoker." When your habits align with your identity, they become automatic. This is why willpower alone doesn't work. Your identity must change first. So how can you start applying this today? 1. Focus on getting 1% better each day. Don't try to change everything at once. 2. Identify the identity you want. Are you a writer, an athlete, a disciplined person? Start acting like it. 3. Make small, meaningful changes. Replace a bad habit with a small, positive habit today. Chapter 2. How your habits shape your identity and vice versa. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Think about that for a second. Every time you hit the snooze button, you're voting for being someone who struggles to wake up early. Every time you read a book, you're voting for being someone who values knowledge. Your identity is not fixed. It's shaped by the tiny choices you make every day. In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear explains how habits are not just actions. They're a reflection of who you believe you are. And if you want to make lasting changes, you must start by changing your identity. Most people try to change their habits the wrong way. There are 3 layers of behavior change. 1. Outcomes. This is where most people focus. I want to lose weight. 2. Processes. This is about systems and actions. I'll follow a workout plan. 3. Identity. This is the deepest level. I am a fit and healthy person. If you only focus on outcomes, your progress will be temporary. But when you focus on identity, the change becomes permanent. Think of it like this. A smoker who tries to quit but says, "I'm trying to quit smoking," is still identifying as a smoker. A person who says, "I'm not a smoker," has fully embraced the identity of someone who doesn't smoke. Identity-based habits stick because they align with who you believe you are. James Clear shares a powerful real-life example. There was a man who lost over 100 pounds. When people asked how he did it, he said, "I started by asking myself, what would a healthy person do? Would a healthy person order soda or water? Would a healthy person take the stairs or the elevator? Would a healthy person work out today or skip it?" By consistently choosing what a healthy person would do, he became a healthy person. This is the power of identity. So how can you use this to build good habits? 1. Decide the type of person you want to be. Do you want to be a writer, a fit person, a great leader? 2. Prove it to yourself with small wins. Every time you take an action, you reinforce that identity. For example, if you write one sentence today, you're proving to yourself that you're a writer. If you do one push-up, you're proving to yourself that you're someone who works out. Small actions create evidence of your new identity. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Write down the identity you want to have, e.g., I am a disciplined person. 2. Ask yourself daily, what would this type of person do? 3. Take small actions to prove it to yourself. Remember, habits aren't just about what you do, they're about who you become. Chapter 3, How to Build Better Habits in 4 Simple Steps. Why is it so hard to build good habits but so easy to fall into bad ones? Think about it. Eating junk food, skipping workouts, procrastinating. These habits form effortlessly. But when we try to exercise daily, read more, or wake up early, it feels like an uphill battle. Why? Because good habits require effort, while bad habits often give instant rewards. But what if I told you there's a proven, science-backed way to make good habits easy and bad habits hard? In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear introduces the 4 laws of behavior change, a simple system for building habits that last. The habit loop, the science behind habits. To understand habits, we need to break them down into 4 steps. 1. Cue, a trigger that starts the habit. Example, you feel stressed. 2. Craving, the desire to act. You crave a distraction from stress. 3. Response, the actual habit. You scroll social media. 4. Reward, the benefit you get. You feel temporarily relieved. This loop runs automatically in our brain, reinforcing habits over time. Good habits and bad habits follow the same process. The key to changing them, manipulating each step of the loop. That's where the 4 laws of behavior change come in. The 4 laws of behavior change. James Clear presents 4 simple rules for building good habits and breaking bad ones. Law number 1, make it obvious. Cue. Good habit, put your running shoes by the door. This makes exercise an obvious choice. Bad habit, hide junk food. If you don't see it, you won't crave it. Pro tip, use habit stacking. Attach a new habit to an existing one. Example, after I brush my teeth, I will meditate for 1 minute. Law number 2, make it attractive, craving. Good habit, pair habits with rewards. Example, only watch your favorite show while running on the treadmill. Bad habit, make bad habits unattractive. Example, keep your phone in another room to avoid distractions. Law number 3, make it easy. Response, good habit, reduce friction. Example, want to eat healthy? Prep meals in advance. Bad habit, increase friction. Example, make Netflix harder to access by signing out after each use. Remember, repetition, not perfection, builds habits. Just show up. Law number 4, make it satisfying, reward. Good habit, use immediate rewards. Example, track workouts with a habit tracker to feel progress. Bad habit, make bad habits unsatisfying. Example, use an accountability partner who checks if you skip the gym. Take action. Now, want to build a habit? Follow these 4 steps. 1. Make it obvious. Put it in your environment. 2. Make it attractive. Pair it with something enjoyable. 3. Make it easy. Remove obstacles. 4. Make it satisfying. Reward yourself. Chapter 4. The Man Who Didn't Look Right. The Power of Awareness in Habit Formation. Did you know that most of your daily actions happen on autopilot without you even realizing it? Think about your morning routine. Do you consciously decide to brush your teeth, check your phone, or grab a cup of coffee? Or do these actions just happen automatically? The truth is, our habits control our lives more than we control them. In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear introduces a fascinating story about the power of awareness in habit formation. The story. The man who didn't look right one day, a nurse in a hospital emergency room saw a patient walk in. Nothing seemed obviously wrong. His vitals were normal, and he was talking fine. But something about him just didn't seem right. Without knowing why, the nurse immediately ordered emergency tests. The results? The patient had a life-threatening blood clot in his brain. She had no conscious reason to suspect it, but years of experience helped her recognize subtle patterns her brain had picked up over time. This is how habits work in our lives. Most of the time, we don't realize them, but they control our actions. The first step to changing habits? Becoming aware of them. The habit. Scorecard. Recognizing your habits. James Clear introduces a simple but powerful tool, the habit scorecard. Here's how it works. Write down everything you do in a day, from waking up to going to sleep. 2. Next to each habit, label it as positive plus, negative minus, or neutral equals. 3. Analyze your list. Which habits are helping you? Which are hurting you? Most people never consciously evaluate their habits. They just live them. But once you recognize them, you gain the power to change them. The implementation intention. Trick. Most people fail at building good habits because they rely on motivation. James Clear introduces a better strategy. Implementation intentions. Instead of saying, I'll work out more, say, I will work out at time and location. Example, bad plan, I'll start reading more. Good plan, I will read for 10 minutes at 7 p.m. on my couch. By setting a specific time and place, you make habits more automatic and easier to follow. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Do a habit scorecard. Write down and evaluate your daily habits. 2. Identify which habits help or hurt you. 3. Use the implementation intention trick. Set a clear time and place for good habits. Chapter 5. The best way to start a new habit. Every great transformation starts with a single action. Think about it. Every billionaire investor started by saving their first dollar. Every top athlete began with one workout. Every best-selling author once stared at a blank page. The hardest part of any habit? Getting started. In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals the most effective strategy to start and stick to new habits effortlessly. The secret: habit stacking. One of the biggest reasons people fail at building habits is they don't know when or where to do them. James Clear introduces a simple but powerful technique: habit stacking. What is habit stacking? It's the idea of linking a new habit to an existing one. Instead of trying to create a habit out of nowhere, you attach it to something you already do. How habit stacking works. Use this formula: after current habit, I will new habit. Examples: after I brush my teeth, I will floss one tooth. After I pour my morning coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. After I take off my shoes, I will do 5 push-ups. By linking your new habit to a natural trigger in your routine, it becomes automatic. The power of anchoring. Why does habit stacking work so well? Because your brain already knows when to do certain habits. For example, you never forget to brush your teeth because it's anchored to waking up. By attaching new habits to strong anchors, you create a chain reaction of success. Imagine this: you wake up, drink water, meditate, stretch, journal. One small habit leads into another, creating momentum. Making habits stick. To make habit stacking work, follow these tips. 1. Start small. Begin with habits that take less than 2 minutes. 2. Be specific. After I eat dinner, I will read 10 pages is better than I'll read more. 3. Choose strong anchors. Pick habits you never skip, like brushing teeth or making coffee. Take action. Now here's how to start today. 1. Pick one small habit you want to build. 2. Find a habit you already do every day. 3. Use the formula: after current habit, I will new habit. Try it for 1 week. You'll be shocked at how easily your new habit sticks. Chapter 6. Motivation is overrated. Environment often matters more. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Think about it. If you want to eat healthy but your kitchen is filled with junk food, willpower won't save you. If you want to focus on deep work but your phone keeps buzzing with notifications, distractions will win. We often blame lack of motivation when in reality, our environment is what shapes our habits. In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals why designing your environment is the real key to long-term success. How environment shapes your habits. Most people think habits are built through willpower, but studies show that your environment influences your behavior far more than motivation ever could. Example: the influence of environment. A hospital experimented with healthy eating. Instead of forcing patients to choose better food, they rearranged the cafeteria, they placed water bottles at eye level instead of sugary drinks, they made healthy snacks more visible and accessible. Result? People naturally made healthier choices without trying. This proves one powerful lesson: make good habits easy and bad habits hard. Designing your environment for success. Want to make good habits automatic? Reshape your surroundings. 1. Make good habits obvious. Want to read more? Keep books on your desk. Want to work out? Lay out your gym clothes the night before. 2. Make bad habits invisible. Want to cut screen time? Put your phone in another room. Want to eat healthier? Store junk food in hard-to-reach places. Your brain naturally follows the path of least resistance. Make the right path easier to follow. Examples: changing your environment. If you want to practice guitar, keep it out of its case and in the middle of your room. If you want to drink more water, place a water bottle next to your laptop. If you want to stop watching TV, remove the batteries from the remote. The easier a habit is to do, the more likely you'll do it. The harder a bad habit is to do, the less likely you'll fall into it. Take action now. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Look at your environment. What triggers good or bad habits? 2. Make one small change to make a good habit easier. 3. Remove one small temptation to make a bad habit harder. Chapter 7. The Secret to Self-Control. What if I told you that self-control isn't about willpower? It's about eliminating temptation. Most people believe that successful people have superhuman discipline, but studies show that people with the best habits don't have more willpower. They simply put themselves in situations where they don't need it. In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals the real secret to self-control: avoiding temptation instead of fighting it. The myth of willpower. We like to think we can just resist bad habits, but willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired. Imagine this. You wake up motivated, you eat a healthy breakfast, you work all day. Your energy drains. By evening, you're exhausted and reach for junk food. This is decision fatigue. The more choices you make, the weaker your willpower gets. The solution? Make bad habits impossible to do. How to reduce temptation. Instead of relying on self-control, change your environment. 1. Want to stop eating junk food? Don't keep it in your house. 2. Want to focus better? Turn off notifications and put your phone in another room. 3. Want to stop spending money online? Remove your credit card from shopping sites. If something isn't easily accessible, you're far less likely to do it. Self-control is not about resisting, it's about avoiding. The strategy: create a disciplined environment. Make bad habits harder. Example: put social media apps in a hidden folder. Make good habits easier. Example: keep workout clothes near your bed. When the right choice is the easy choice, self-control becomes effortless. Examples: want to read more? Keep books visible on your table. Want to stop checking your phone? Leave it in another room at bedtime. Want to eat healthier? Prep meals in advance so junk food isn't an option. The less friction between you and a good habit, the more automatic it becomes. The more friction between you and a bad habit, the faster it disappears. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Identify one bad habit you want to break. 2. Remove the temptation from your environment. 3. Make one good habit easier by reducing friction. Small changes lead to big results over time. Chapter 8. How to make a habit irresistible. What if I told you that building good habits isn't about discipline? It's about making them impossible to resist. We often struggle with good habits because they feel like work, while bad habits feel instantly rewarding. But what if you could make healthy, productive habits as addictive as scrolling social media? In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals how to use the power of dopamine to make good habits stick. The science of desire. Dopamine is the chemical in your brain that creates cravings. It spikes before you take action, not after. It's what makes you excited to check your phone, eat junk food, or binge watch Netflix. The good news? You can hijack dopamine to build good habits. How to make good habits attractive. James Clear introduces a strategy called temptation bundling. What is it? It's when you pair something you need to do with something you love to do. Examples. Love watching Netflix? Only watch it while on the treadmill. Enjoy coffee? Only drink it while journaling. Obsessed with social media? Only check it after completing an important task. By linking habits to instant rewards, you train your brain to crave them. The power of social influence. We don't just copy habits because they feel good. We copy them because of who we spend time with. James Clear says, join a group where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. Example. Want to get fit? Surround yourself with fit people. Want to read more? Join a book club. Want to start a business? Hang out with entrepreneurs. Your environment shapes your habits more than motivation ever will. Making good habits. Unavoidable 1. Pair habits with instant rewards. Example. Only listen to podcasts while running. 2. Surround yourself with people who already have the habit. 3. Make habits feel exciting instead of like work. The easier and more enjoyable a habit is, the more likely you'll do it. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Pick one good habit you want to build. 2. Find a way to pair it with something enjoyable. 3. Join a group or community where this habit is normal. Over time, your brain will start craving the good habit instead of the bad one. Chapter 9. The role of identity in building good habits. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Think about it. If you go to the gym today, you're casting a vote for being a fit person. If you write one page, you're casting a vote for being a writer. If you meditate, you're casting a vote for being a mindful person. Most people try to change their habits without changing their identity, and that's why they fail. In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals why true habit change starts with identity change. Why identity matters more than goals. Most people focus on what they want to achieve. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to make 6 figures. I want to read more books. But success doesn't come from what you want. It comes from who you become. Instead of focusing on outcomes, shift to identity-based habits. Identity-based habits, James Clear introduces a simple formula. 1. Decide the type of person you want to become. 2. Prove it to yourself with small wins. Examples. I want to be fit. Identity shift. I am the type of person who never skips workouts. I want to be a writer. Identity shift. I am the type of person who writes every day. I want to be organized. Identity shift. I am the type of person who keeps things tidy. The key is to act like the person you want to be, even before you see results. How to reinforce your new identity. Every habit is a vote for your identity. Each workout reinforces, I'm an athlete. Each page you write reinforces, I'm a writer. Each healthy meal reinforces, I'm a healthy eater. It's not about being perfect. It's about casting more votes for the right identity than the wrong one. Make your identity change permanent one. Start with small wins. Example, write one sentence instead of a full page. 2. Ask yourself, what would my ideal self do? 3. Track small wins to reinforce your new identity. Every habit you build isn't just about what you do, it's about who you are becoming. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Write down the identity you want to build. I am a disciplined person. 2. Find a small daily habit that reinforces this identity. 3. Do it consistently, even if it's tiny. Over time, your identity shifts and good habits become effortless. Chapter 10. How to make habits. Stick for life. Every great habit starts small, but how do you make sure it lasts forever? Most people start a habit with excitement, but after a few weeks they lose motivation and quit. But what if I told you there's a simple way to make habits stick so they become a permanent part of your life? In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals why repetition, not perfection, is the real key to lasting habits. The power of repetition. Many people fail to build habits because they focus on intensity instead of consistency. They try to go to the gym for 2 hours instead of just showing up every day. They try to meditate for 30 minutes instead of just taking a deep breath daily. But habits don't stick because of how hard you do them. They stick because of how often you do them. James Clear's rule: repetition matters more than perfection. Focus on showing up. If you struggle with consistency, make this your goal. Never miss twice. Example: miss one workout? That's okay. Just don't miss the next one. Eat unhealthy for one meal? Fine. Just make sure the next meal is healthy. Skipping once is an accident. Skipping twice is the start of a new bad habit. The key is to always get back on track, fast. The 2-minute rule: making habits too easy to fail. One of the best strategies for consistency is the 2-minute rule. What is it? Make your new habits so easy that you can't say no. Want to read more? Read 1 page. Want to work out? Do 1 push-up. Want to meditate? Take 1 deep breath. Once you master showing up, you'll naturally do more over time. How to make habits stick forever. Repetition is more important than intensity. Just keep showing up. Never miss twice. Get back on track immediately. Make habits ridiculously easy to start. Use the 2-minute rule. When a habit is easy and repeatable, it becomes a part of who you are. Here's how to apply this today. Pick 1 habit you want to stick with. Commit to doing the smallest version of it daily. Focus on showing up, not perfection. Over time, consistency beats motivation. Chapter 11: How to automate good habits and make success inevitable. What if I told you that the secret to lasting success isn't discipline? It's designing a system where success happens automatically? Most people think willpower is the key to good habits. But the truth is, the best way to build habits is to eliminate the need for willpower entirely. In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals how to automate good habits so they become effortless. How to make habits automatic. The goal isn't to force good habits. It's to design an environment where they happen naturally. Think about it. Do you struggle to brush your teeth every morning? No, because it's a built-in habit. Do you struggle to check your phone? No, because it's always nearby. The best habits feel automatic because they fit seamlessly into your life. James Clear introduces 3 ways to automate good habits. First, habit stacking. One of the easiest ways to build a habit is to attach it to an existing one. Example: the formula: after current habit, I will new habit. After I brush my teeth, I will floss. After I pour my coffee, I will write 1 sentence. After I take off my shoes, I will do 1 push-up. By linking new habits to things you already do, they become automatic parts of your routine. 2, use technology to your advantage. Instead of relying on memory, use technology to help you stay on track. Examples: set reminders on your phone to stretch, drink water, or read. Use apps to track your workouts, steps, or habits. Automate savings by setting up automatic transfers to your bank account. The less effort a habit takes, the more likely you are to stick with it. Third, design your environment for success. Your environment should make good habits easy and bad habits hard. Examples: want to eat healthy? Keep fruits and veggies at eye level. Want to stop using your phone at night? Charge it in another room. Want to exercise more? Lay out your workout clothes before bed. When your environment supports your habits, you don't need motivation. You just follow the system. How to lock in good habits permanently. 1. Use habit stacking. Attach new habits to existing ones. 2nd, leverage technology. Use reminders and apps to stay consistent. 3. Shape your environment. Make good habits easy and bad habits difficult. When your life is set up for success, good habits become automatic. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Choose a habit you want to automate. 2. Find an existing habit to stack it with. 3. Make a small change to your environment to support it. Do this, and your habits will become effortless. Chapter 12. The secret to staying motivated and avoiding plateaus. Why do most people fail to stick to their habits? It's not because they're lazy, it's because they get bored. Think about it. You start a workout routine and feel excited, but after a few weeks you lose interest. You begin eating healthy, but then you get tired of the same meals. You practice a skill, but progress feels too slow. So how do the most successful people stay consistent, even when motivation fades? In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals the secret to long-term motivation. The trap of the plateau. Most people quit when they hit the plateau of latent potential. What is it? At first you see fast progress, but then progress slows down or stops completely. This is where most people give up, right before their breakthrough. The key to success? Push through the plateau. How to stay motivated forever. James Clear explains that success comes down to one simple rule. The greatest threat to success is not failure, it's boredom. When something becomes easy or repetitive, your brain loses interest. So how do you keep going when habits feel boring? Here are 3 powerful strategies. 1. Focus on the process, not the outcome. Instead of "I want to lose weight," focus on "I am someone who never skips workouts." Instead of "I want to be rich," focus on "I invest money every month, no matter what." Instead of "I want to be fluent in a language," focus on "I practice 5 minutes daily." When you fall in love with the process, success becomes inevitable. 2. Track your progress and find small wins. The human brain loves progress. If you're working out, track your reps, weight, or distance. If you're saving money, track your account balance. If you're learning a skill, track your practice hours. Even when progress is small, tracking it keeps you motivated. 3. Change your approach when boredom hits. Working out feels repetitive? Try a new workout style. Eating healthy feels boring? Experiment with new recipes. Learning a skill feels slow? Switch up your learning method. The best athletes, artists, and entrepreneurs succeed because they stay committed even when things feel boring. How to lock in long-term motivation. 1. Fall in love with the process. Forget quick results. 2. Track small wins. See progress, even if it's tiny. 3. Change your approach, not your goal. When boredom hits, mix things up. When you master these 3 rules, you'll never need motivation again. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Pick one habit you've been struggling with. 2. Find a small way to track progress. 3. If boredom hits, change how you do it without quitting. By doing this, you'll break through the plateau and stay consistent for life. Chapter 13. How to break bad habits. Once and for all. Every action you take is a vote for the person you become. But what about the bad habits that keep holding you back? Think about it. You know junk food is unhealthy, but you keep eating it. You know social media wastes time, but you can't stop scrolling. You know procrastination kills progress, but you keep delaying important tasks. So why is it so hard to break bad habits? In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals the 4-step process to eliminate bad habits permanently. Why bad habits stick. Bad habits don't happen because we're weak or lack willpower. They exist because they're rewarding. They give us instant pleasure. They're automatic. We don't even think about them. They have invisible triggers. We don't notice what starts them. The key to breaking bad habits? Reverse the habit loop. The 4 laws to break bad habits. James Clear introduces the 4 laws of behavior change, but flip to work against bad habits. 1. Make it invisible. Remove triggers. 2. Make it unattractive. Change how you see it. 3. Make it difficult. Increase friction. 4. Make it unsatisfying. Add consequences. Let's break these down one by one. 1. Make it invisible. If you don't see the trigger, you won't do the habit. Examples. Stop snacking. Keep junk food out of the house. Reduce phone use. Put your phone in another room. Quit smoking. Stay away from places where you usually smoke. Out of sight, out of mind. 2. Make it unattractive. Rewire your brain to see the real cost of bad habits. Examples: skipping workouts? Remind yourself, every time I skip, I get weaker. Binge watching TV? Think, this is stealing time from my goals. Smoking? Visualize the long-term health effects. Change how you see bad habits, and they lose their power. 3. Make it difficult. Increase the effort needed to do a bad habit. Examples: want to stop social media? Log out every time. Delete apps from your phone. Want to spend less money? Freeze your credit card in a block of ice. Want to wake up early? Put your alarm across the room. If a habit is hard to do, you'll naturally do it less. 4th, make it unsatisfying. Add immediate consequences to bad habits. Examples: swear jar. Every time you curse, put $5 in a jar. Accountability partner. Tell a friend to call you out if you procrastinate. Public commitment. Announce your goal publicly so failing feels embarrassing. Pain works faster than pleasure. Use it to your advantage. How to quit bad habits forever. 1. Remove the triggers. Make bad habits invisible. 2. Rewire your mindset. Make them unattractive. 3. Increase friction. Make them difficult. 4. Add consequences. Make them unsatisfying. Do this, and bad habits will die naturally. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Pick one bad habit you want to break. 2. Identify what triggers it. Apply at least one of these 4 laws today. Small changes equals big results over time. Chapter 14. How your social environment shapes your habits. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So what if your environment is the reason you struggle with bad habits? Think about it. Why do fit people tend to have fit friends? Why do wealthy people often come from wealthy circles? Why do successful people surround themselves with other high achievers? It's because habits are contagious. In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals how to use social influence to make good habits easier and bad habits impossible. How your environment shapes your habits. We like to think we make our own choices, but in reality, we are heavily influenced by the people around us. There are 3 social groups that shape your habits. 1. The close, family and friends. You adopt the habits of people around you. 2. The many, the tribe. You conform to what's normal in your group. 3. The powerful, those you admire. You copy the behaviors of successful people. If you want to change your habits, you must change your environment. 1. The power of close connections. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. If your friends eat healthy, you are more likely to. If your coworkers are productive, you'll naturally work harder. If your family values fitness, you'll likely stay active. The key, surround yourself with people who already have the habits you want. Action step. Want to read more? Join a book club. Want to be fit? Start working out with fitness-focused friends. Want to be successful? Spend time with ambitious people. 2. The tribe, how norms shape behavior. We naturally want to fit in. If your social group values junk food, you'll eat junk food. Financial responsibility, you'll save money. Growth and learning, you'll develop good habits. Instead of fighting peer pressure, use it to your advantage. Action step. Find a group where your desired behavior is normal. Want to run daily? Join a running club. Want to start a business? Surround yourself with entrepreneurs. Want to be disciplined? Spend time with focused, hardworking people. 3rd, modeling success. Learn from the best. Humans are wired to imitate those we admire. If you see someone wake up early and succeed, you'll want to do the same. Take care of their health, you'll be inspired to do it too. Achieve financial success, you'll copy their habits. The key? Follow and study successful people. Action step. Follow mentors who inspire you. Read books by people who have the habits you want. Spend time learning from those who are where you want to be. How to use social influence to build good habits. 1. Surround yourself with people who have the habits you want. 2. Find a community where your desired behavior is the norm. 3rd, model the behaviors of successful people. When you change your environment, good habits become automatic. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Identify one habit you struggle with. 2. Find a group or person who excels at that habit. 3. Spend more time with them or learn from them. Success is contagious. Make sure you're catching the right habits. Chapter 15, The Power of Identity-Based Habits. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. So who are you becoming? Most people focus on goals when trying to change. But here's the secret. It's not about what you want to achieve. It's about who you want to become. For example, instead of saying, I want to lose weight, say, I am a healthy person. Instead of, I want to read more, say, I am a reader. Instead of, I want to save money, say, I am financially responsible. When you shift your identity, habits become effortless. In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals how to change your identity to create lasting habits. Why identity shapes your habits. Your habits are a reflection of your identity. If you believe you are a smoker, quitting will be hard. If you believe you are bad at money, you'll struggle to save. If you believe you are lazy, you'll avoid discipline. The secret to lasting change? Adopt the identity of the person you want to become. James Clear explains that there are 3 levels of habit change. 1. Outcome-based change, focusing on results. I want to lose 10 pounds. 2nd, process-based change, focusing on actions. I will work out 3 times a week. 3. Identity-based change, focusing on who you are. I am a fit person. Most people fail because they focus on outcomes, not identity. Real transformation happens when you shift your self-image. How to change your identity. 1. Decide the type of person you want to become. 2. Prove it to yourself with small wins. For example, want to be a runner? Run for just 5 minutes daily. Want to be disciplined? Wake up 5 minutes earlier. Want to be a writer? Write 1 sentence a day. Every small action is a vote for your new identity. Examples of identity shifting. Instead of I need to work out, say I am an athlete. Instead of I need to write a book, say I am a writer. Instead of I need to save money, say I am a financially smart person. Your brain will fight against behavior that doesn't match your identity. So upgrade your identity first. How to lock in your new identity. 1. Define your new identity. Who do you want to become? 2. Take small actions daily that reinforce it. 3. Never miss twice. If you slip up, correct it immediately. Small habits create big identity shifts. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Write down the type of person you want to become. 2. Do 1 small action that proves it. 3. Repeat daily until it becomes who you are. Your identity is not fixed. You have the power to reshape it. Chapter 16, How to Stick with Good Habits. Every day. What if I told you there's one simple trick that can guarantee you never break a good habit again? Most people fail to stick with habits because they lose track of progress. But imagine if you could see your progress daily. You had a system that made quitting painful. You had a tool that kept you motivated even when you didn't feel like it. The answer? Habit tracking. In this chapter of Atomic Habits, James Clear reveals how to use habit tracking to stay consistent and never break your habits again. Why tracking your habits works. Habit tracking is powerful because 1. It makes habits obvious. You can see your progress. 2. It keeps you motivated. Seeing your streak makes you want to continue. 3. It holds you accountable. You won't want to break the chain. In short, what gets measured gets improved. How to track your habits. 1. Use a habit tracker, a calendar, journal, or app. 2. Mark an X each time you complete a habit. 3. Keep the streak alive. For example, want to exercise daily? Mark a check after each workout. Want to read every night? Track how many days you read. Want to meditate? Log each session in an app. The goal? Build a streak so strong you don't want to break it. The never miss twice rule. Life happens. You might miss a day. The secret? Never miss twice. If you skip a workout, exercise the next day. If you miss reading, read for 5 minutes tomorrow. If you eat unhealthy, make the next meal healthy. One mistake won't ruin your progress, but letting it become a habit will. 1. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. 2. Use a visible system, a whiteboard, calendar, or phone app. 3. Celebrate small wins. Every check mark is a success. Small progress, tracked daily, leads to massive success over time. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Pick one habit you want to build. 2. Start tracking it on a calendar or app. 3. Never break the streak. Success is just a streak away. Start tracking today. Chapter 17. How to recover. Quickly when your habits break down. What if I told you that missing a habit isn't what ruins your progress, but how you respond to it does? Think about it. Have you ever started a diet, but one cheat meal turned into a full relapse? Have you ever missed one workout, then skipped the gym for weeks? Have you ever broken a habit streak, then given up completely? This is what James Clear calls the downward spiral. But here's the secret. Missing a habit once doesn't matter. What matters is how fast you get back on track. In this chapter, we'll learn how to recover quickly when habits break down so you don't lose progress. Why missing once doesn't matter. Success isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. If you skip a workout once, you won't get out of shape. If you eat junk food once, you won't gain weight. If you miss reading one night, you won't lose knowledge. But if you let one slip become 2, 3, or 10, that's when habits die. The solution? Have a system to recover quickly. The never miss twice rule. James Clear shares a simple rule. It's okay to miss once, but never miss twice. Missed a workout? Go tomorrow. Forgot to read? Read for 5 minutes today. Broke your diet? Make the next meal healthy. One mistake won't ruin you, but a broken streak will. The 3-step recovery plan. When you fall off track, follow these 3 steps. 1. Take immediate action. Do the habit again ASAP, even for 2 minutes. 2. Lower the effort. Do an easier version to regain momentum. 3. Track progress, not perfection. Focus on consistency, not perfect streaks. Example. If you miss a gym session, do 10 push-ups at home. If you skip a writing day, write 1 sentence. If you eat junk, drink water and move on. Tiny actions prevent the habit from fully breaking. How to bulletproof your habits to avoid breaking habits in the first place. 1. Plan for failure. Expect setbacks and have a plan to recover. 2. Focus on identity, not streaks. Even if you miss a day, remind yourself, I am still a healthy person. 3. Use accountability. Tell a friend to check in if you slip. Success is about bouncing back fast, not being perfect. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Think of one habit you broke recently. 2. Restart it with a small, easy version. 3. Commit to the never miss twice rule. Remember, progress isn't lost when you fail. It's lost when you quit. Get back on track today.
If this book inspired you, you can get your own copy. Link in the description. Subscribe now for more life-changing book summaries.